So good evening, everyone. I formally welcome both of you and others who will be joining sooner or later in this meeting. So, welcome to this session on IIM Ph.D. guidance. This is Shashank Srivastava this side. I run a YouTube channel named The Future Value SPS. This has started last year. I have started this kind of sessions regarding PhD admissions and PhD guidance in IIMs or other institutes of India. Uh, so that I wanted to help others. I wanted to have a one-to-one conversation or a group kind of a thing where these such peoples like us can have at least a torch on the light, a torch on the road, where we can have some guidance. Because I remember when I used to prepare for PhD admissions, uh, the guidance was minimal, or so the resources where you can search for these things was barely available. So just to take an initiative, I started this small group, and whatever it is, in 2 years it is in front of you. So I welcome both of you, and मेरी कोशिश रहेगी कि जितना भी whatever I know, I will share everything with you, and if you know, then I would be better off, and I will be in a position to learn from you also. So welcome Aditya, welcome Ajay. I would first like to give a brief introduction so that I can have a fair level playing conversation with you both. Yeah, Aditya, may I know you?
Yes, so hello and good evening. And
Good evening.
my name is Aditya Sharma. I basically come from Himachal Pradesh, and I've done my master's in 2020. And after that, I cracked NTU UGC NET JRF. And then I completed my master's, so I got into PhD at Mizoram University in tourism and hospitality management. Uh, and yeah, I'm currently, it's about 1 year that I've completed my PhD. So my coursework is done, and I've my topic is sort of approved. So
Okay.
I came across your channel recently.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, what I want to know is that as recently in IIM Sirmaur, there's a PhD FPM vacancy,
Mm.
which also has come up with tourism management as one of the specialization.
Okay.
Uh, yeah. So basically, what I'm confused is ki, should I look forward to get into it, or as in
We'll come to that. We'll come to that.
yeah.
We'll come to that. Thank you for the introduction, Aditya.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Azor, we have joined. I don't know what the actual name is. No, I'm not able to hear you, brother.
Uh,
Yes,
Hello.
yes. I can now.
Yeah, yeah. That is Zor. I took it from that Zora Jabi song. My name is Samir Bharadwaj. Uh, I completed my graduation in electronics and communication in 2016. After which I worked in a VLSI field for 4 years
Mm-hmm.
with Cadence Design Systems.
Mm-hmm.
And me in that during that tenure, I also cleared the banking examinations because my dad was a banker.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, and right now I'm working in the railways as junior engineer in as in design and estimation team. And I have applied for I am Ahmedabad, Bangalore, and Lucknow for finance and accounting PhD programs.
Great.
And as a research experience, I have nil experience about that, but I have read books like this that for first 5,000 years, and this kind of. My sister is passed out of IISCR, and she's doing her doctoral program in uh, University of California, Santa Barbara, in
Great.
applied probability. So based on all these inputs, I have decided to I applied for this,
Mm.
and that's about it.
Great. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, Ajay, are you able to speak?
Hello.
Yes. Can you please
Uh,
introduce to us?
yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Sir, my name is Ajay. I completed my master's degree in 2019. Then I cracked my UGC net in 2001 or two, I forgot exact year.
2001.
Since the yes, sir, 2020 or 21. Exactly, I don't.
20 years
And
back, you have cleared your UGC net.
No, sir. 2020-21.
Achha, 2021. Okay,
Yes.
I got surprised.
Since then, I have been trying to get admission. Last, I tried for this one, IIT Guwahati. Then
Mm-hmm.
I could not clear the interview.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and then I'm still trying. So I'm in the way. I got lost. Like, should I continue or should I
What's the background? Matlab, which area have you studied?
economics?
Economics. So you're planning to do a PhD in economics.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Great, great. And that only from IIMs.
No, sir. 2020, I tried for JNU. After that, then I after I joined your channel, I got information IIT and IIM. Then I started going for IIT
Right.
and IIM.
Right. It would be better if you just clear your sound because little problem is there in listening to you. But I got understood that what you want to tell. Okay. So just for the confirmation, is everybody trying to tackle only IIMs or they would be happy to go with central universities also?
I'll be okay with the Central University.
You will be okay. Aditya, are you okay with central university?
I'm already there in a central university,
Sorry,
so
sorry.
uh,
My mistake.
mhm.
Yeah, yeah. And Sameer, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Are you okay with central university?
Uh, I've not even applied. I'm thinking only of IIM.
Great,
Um,
great. So our focus of discussion will be of IIMs only. I'll be talking more on IIMs part. Although before coming to IIM, I have been to central universities only. My bachelor's and master's in finance has been from Banaras Hindu University, BHU Varanasi. And also, before coming to IIM Raipur, I had got admitted to Central University of Punjab, but I have not taken admission there because after just a couple of months, IIM Raipur got cracked, so I came here as PhD last year only. So this is my second year going on. I am in finance and accounting area. So Sameer and I match to a certain extent. Okay, I'll share a screen uh, where I can write something and you all guys can have a look there. And in between, if you want to interrupt me, please interrupt. If you want to ask something, please ask. Because I will not be able to see this conversation screen of Google Meet. So I will be there in PPT mode. Yeah. So first, I want to know from Aditya that why you wish to leave Mizoram or that central university and come to IIM.
Hello.
Yeah. I'm able.
Yeah. Uh, so I'm not sure of leaving it, but because I think somewhere that IIM is a better platform.
Great.
Yeah, and secondly, PhD is like going okayish, as in not that great in terms
Okay.
of guidance,
Right. I
and
understand.
plus with respect to the accessibility, all this database and all, and
Right,
guidance.
right,
So I think there's a gap somewhere.
right. So how much time have you spent there?
Yeah, so I got admission in 2021.
So
Uh,
you have
so
spent a considerable amount of time. So first of all, my suggestion would be to you especially. This is for Aditya. That my suggestion would be to have a decision on your that what is called trade-off. Because if you have spent a considerable amount of time in a particular university and then coming to IIM, so I have not gone through. You said IIM Sirmaur, right?
yes,
So I've not gone through their brochure or their faculty who are there who have put out this vacancy of hospital management, sorry, hotel management.
true.
True. Okay. But because in IIM Raipur there is no such area of hotel management expertise. I belong to IIM Raipur only. So
Okay.
my first of all the suggestion to you would be go through their website and see who are the professor in that department, what is their education qualification, what kind of papers, and in what kind of journal they have published, what is their research potential and potential research interest. If it matches to your interest, if it matches to your caliber and to your opportunity, then only you go there. Because I would never recommend a person leaving a place and going to another place and later on realizing that I have done a mistake or I have not achieved that much uh, positive gap that I aspired for. I hope what I'm trying to understand, what I'm trying to say, you're understanding.
Sure, sure. And to be honest, till now I have sort of done this particular thing. That is, I
Okay,
have
very
gone
good.
through.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So if we compare, so there is actually not much difference in the people who are guiding us and people over there.
Okay,
They're actually on the same level.
okay.
Uh, yeah. Because I was attracted more because it was the very first time that IIM has come up with this PhD in tourism,
Uh-huh.
FPM in tourism, because
Yeah,
this is something which is not found in
yeah,
IIMs.
yeah.
So then I was more attracted to. But otherwise, if we see in terms of the people who are there, so they are particularly the same
But I
as in.
would, by my instinct, I would say that definitely the people, and I'm more who are going with this expertise, they may be a little bit, if they are not at par, if they are at par, they may be a little bit better than those who are in central universities, not disregarding to any professor. But the one important benefit that we will get would be the brand value. That is for sure. Whenever after your PhD or after your FPM, if you will place you in a job market, then in the job market, the work will be, or the brand value of IIMs or more will be with you. And in any central university or in any private university, good private universities per se, you will be better considered. So that will be an advantage that will remain with you always in any IIM. So it's your decision, it's your call. But in order to guide you, the first thing, okay, so for all of the members who are in this meeting today, I will first brief what is everything about PhD in IIM, how it is conducted, what is the process, and later on I will take one-to-one question and one-to-one concerns. Okay. So IIM PhD is all about fellow program in management, FPM. And in 2017, it has got the equivalence degree of PhD. Earlier, it was not regarded as PhD. It was regarded as fellow program in management, and it was recognized only by IIMs only. But after 2017, it is fully recognized as a PhD and approved by the UGC. So the first thing that you need to be particular in this section is about the kind of exam that you need to crack for it. So everyone here is through NET or JRF. NET or JRF is applicable in most of the IIMs, but not all the IIMs. So before filling any form, just be particular and be sure that whatever area that you are working or whatever area that you are applying for, that area should have NET as an eligibility or JRF as an eligibility. Now, when you have seen that, after you fulfill a form, that form requirement and form the prerequisites and other formalities, I have already made several videos on that, and there is enough content in my Telegram channel. So I will not going through in detail about this. If you want anything, you can ask in between. After this, the most important part is your although it is apart from the organization only, that the screening part, and the screening is done on different basis in different IIMs. It is not in public knowledge, or it is not a publicly available information that what criteria they follow in screening. But after screening, they send a email of shortlisted candidate who are shortlisted for interview. So suppose if you have filled 10 IIMs or 10 forms, it may be possible that in only 6 or 7 you are shortlisted and other 3 have not shortlisted you. So from this 6 to 7 IIMs, you will get the interview call. So the most deciding factor in IIMs becomes this interview. What I recommend before this interview, that whoever here are have applied for any IIM, I think Samir has said he has applied for A, B, and L. Then the most important part of the interview, or the things that you need to prepare in interview, is the first thing is your area. So suppose Aditya is saying that my area is hospital management or hotel management, then this area should be your strong point. Any question asked, particularly on this, should be answered by you. So my recommendation to be strong or to make it strong is to narrow it down to as much as possible. I will give my example. So when I was giving my interview, since I was in finance, I have to say one thing that is to my interest. So I brought down this finance to the stock market. This is my obvious interest. And based on this interest, I gave them 3 areas that I want to work here. The first I gave is that stock market only. The second I gave is mutual fund. And the third that I gave is investments. I said that these are my 3 very particular area of interest. Now, saying only this will not suffice. Saying only this will not justify your answer. You have to give a proper support to this. So, what I suggest to give a support is to have a work in this area. What kind of work you need? That can be of multiple types. That can be a paper, that means research paper. Small, big, impactful, unimpactful, category journal, uncategorized journal, any kind of. What you need is you need to just impose them that yes, I am interested in this area. I have a deep uh, that curiosity to learn this area, and I want to make my research in this only. For that curiosity, what you have done? So I have done this, this, and this. I have what to the level I am. At that level, I have achieved this thing. At that level, I have done these things. Apart from this, whatever is required, I will be joining at the institute and doing whatever is required or whatever is necessary to be there. So one thing you can do is paper, any kind of paper or any article if you can publish, any blog if you can write. So this will give the interviewer a gesture, an implication that yes, this candidate is actually interested. He is not saying for sake. He is actually interested in this area, and because of this, if you will do these things, definitely you will be gaining some kind of knowledge, and that knowledge will make you to answer the question related to your area. I will tell you my first interview experience. When I was first interviewed in IIM Indore, I was not knowing these things. These are the plannings that I had shared in last year also. I am sharing today also. These are the plannings that have came on my own. I have drawn in on my own through my experience. And what I have experienced is during my first interview when I was interviewed in IIM Indore, I didn't specify it. I didn't specify my area of interest. I just said I want to work in finance. So what happened? They didn't get the idea that what is his narrowed area? What is his narrow area of interest? Finance is a big word. Marketing is a big word. Hospital management is a big word. What in that you want to do? That you should be having a little bit of clarity. So that interviewer didn't get a sense, and he started asking questions from a very wide perspective. Anything he was asking, from accounting, from ratio analysis, from window dressing, from accounting standards, from finance, from international finance, from personal finance, anything he was asking, and I was not able to answer even 75% of his questions. And I was very, uh, what I can say, I was very saddened by my performance in that interview. And after that, I made a strategy that what should I do and how should I take forward in the interview? Because remember, interview is all your game. It the what it is said, uh, the dices are in your hand. You have to throw them, and you have to throw them very wisely. So first, be clear with your area. Second is methodology or research methodology. I hope everybody is aware of this word, and I also hope that everybody has studied this also. Research methodology. So there is a difference between the interviews in IIMs and interviews in IITs or central universities. When you go to IITs or central universities, they stress more on this part. But in IIMs, the stress is more on this part. Apart from these two, the very fundamental question, the first question that in 6 out of 7 interviews you will be asked, or 8 out of 10 interviews you will be asked, is tell me something about yourself. Tell me something about yourself. And this is the opportunity to take the interview in your hands. Tell them that I am interested in this. Tell them I have worked this. Tell them I have written this. I have studied this. So they will ask question on that only, and that will drive your interview in the direction that you want. So in any interview of IIMs, be very clear with these three important things, and that too with area. Two more suggestions I will give. One is try to have a written evidence of your area that I said here, paper, article, or blog. And also, areas. Try to have some workshops or portray them. This will give you a content for this, that I have done these kind of workshops, I have written this kind of blogs, I have written this kind of articles, I have read this, I am interested in this, my background is this. Attend some kind of a workshop or seminars, and that will also help to build your CV, not only CV, but also your interview, that impression will be very good. So this all will help to crack your interview in a lucid manner, in a good manner, and you will not face that much difficulty. Now, after this, when you are shortlisted and selected, you will be called after some formalities. And in most of the IIMs, the format is of 4 to 4.5 years. Maybe some bigger IIMs have 5 years also. You have to check for every IIM. This 4 to 5 years comes with 2 years of coursework, and that too 1 year with PGP stress and second year with FPM stress. Then 3 years of research. Some IIMs have criteria of publication, some IIMs have don't, but still you need at least 1 to 2 ABDC A category papers. If not, then B. This will make you saleable in the job market. When you come out of your program, you will be you will be able to sell yourself in the job market, or you will be better positioned to place. You will be in a better position to place yourself. So this is the structure they follow. Coming to the financial support, all IIMs have almost 35 to 45K stipend. Nothing related to UGC JRF. They will not avail this. All IIMs are self-financed institutes. They will provide you stipend on their own pocket. They will not avail JRF. JRF and NET is a eligibility criteria. If whether you are eligible to apply or not, that will be decided through this only. Guys, I hope I am audible and visible to all of you, because it's a long time I am speaking and I'm not able to listen to anyone. You are all here, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Shashank, you are
Good,
very
good.
much
Yes.
visible and audible.
Okay. So this is last part that I'm explaining. After this, I will take questions. And all kind of financial support like subscriptions you can avail, computer grant or laptop grant you can avail, contingencies, stationaries, all things they provide on their own. Fees is nothing, no fees is charged, only hostel and mess fees is applicable. This is the structure in most of the IIMs. Apart from this, I will suggest read brochure and area-wise brochure, in what area you are applying for every IIM. So this was the overview of the Ph.D. in IIMs. Now, any particular questions from anyone of you?
Hello,
Yes,
I'm Samir.
yes, yes.
So you told you did your bachelor's also in same sector like finance.
Yeah. Matlab commerce. I was BCom,
Okay.
then MCom, then
Hmm.
PhD.
Maybe for you, the answering the question like what is the motivation for
Yeah.
pursuing a
Is
doctoral
easy.
program is a
Easy.
easier thing.
Yes.
And
Yes.
being honest, in India, the people who do like people what program what bachelor's they get into is pretty much decided by the 12th board marks,
Yes.
if not for all, if
Yes.
not for all.
Uh,
Okay, it's a very less people, either people people who pursue engineering, it's
mm,
nothing like parents will stomp upon the children,
mm.
or the children will make a very wise decision ki um, no, no, this I'm very good with,
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
understand.
True. 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 True.
It's not there. It is the people
True.
enter bachelor's
True.
plainly,
True.
and only till the age of after, even maybe after working after bachelor's in after placement, then they will get some idea ki how the world runs.
True.
Like
True.
then they
True.
will get
Exactly.
multiple things.
Exactly. I got to Amal, I got understood your question. You basically want to know how will I justify that I want to get into PhD in
No,
finance.
no, more than mine. I would like to know from your perspective whether it was just like after bachelor's, master's, let me go for doctoral, or were you really driven by
For
something?
me, you're asking.
Yes, yes, yes.
Arey Baba, my father is a teacher. Okay, he teaches BCom and MCom. When I was in, I will tell you my story since you have asked. When I was in 10th, I had two choices. I had cleared Polytechnic, or otherwise I will be doing 12th. I had cleared this, but due to certain circumstances, I didn't opt for it. I opted for this. Now, here also I have two choices, science and commerce. My 10th percentage was 90 from UP board at that time, 2013. But I didn't opt for science. I opted for commerce. Why? Because I have seen commerce since my birth. I have known what is journal entry since my birth. Since I was in first, second, third, fourth standard, I have known what is journal entry, how is accounting made. My entire home was a fraternity of commerce. So commerce was an obvious choice for me. I opted for commerce. When I went to bachelor's in BHU, I started preparing for CAT because I wanted to get to IIM. It was my dream college at that time. but I didn't get that much percentile, and I got into IIF, Indian Institute of Finance. But again, due to certain circumstances, I couldn't get there. So I started doing MCOM from BHU. When I was doing MCOM from BHU, the first choice that I had to make that what to do hereafter. So since I was very much interested in studying this subject, commerce is my passion. So, accounting and finance is my love. So I was very much interested in this subject. So I wanted to study it more and more and more. Even today, I want to study finance more and more and more. So I went through writing NET. At first attempt, I cleared it when I was in second semester of my MCOM. But since I had two more semesters to complete my MCOM, I wrote NET again. So in first attempt I cleared my JRF. In second attempt also I cleared my JRF, and just after completing my MCOM, I think I was in final semester when COVID hit, and my results got delayed for 6 months. And after that look, these 6 months I was just looking to any university, any college. I was just wanted to enter into PhD as soon as possible. So first I hit only central universities, but after that I because that was not giving me that trigger, or that was not giving me that motivation that yes, I have achieved something. Central universities was going like I was not liking that. So one of my friend got into Triple IT Allahabad, and since then I was determined that I want to get into IIM only. So I filled whatever forms available at that time. I filled 7 forms. Out of 7, 5 got shortlisted, and out of 5, uh, 2, yeah, 2 got converted. 2 or 3 got converted. I don't remember right now. 2 or 3 got converted. So the first conversion was IIM Raipur, so I landed to IIM Raipur. So this, for me, the hiccups were very less. Is what not like this. Is what like it was like this. Certain downturns were there, but that were not in that sense ki I have to change my path, or I have taken a wrong decision, or I am on the wrong track. That was not the case with me. So my answer was pretty much easy to justify in interview that why you want to do PhD in finance. Have
Okay.
I answered your question or not?
No, yes, yes. Yeah. And okay, and especially after scoring 10, 90% in 10th, you always had an option of going with science, but you still choose commerce because at that time you had an ability to make that decision, uh, which was not in, which is not the case in with me.
Hmm.
I was like go with the flow, 95 in 10th science, again 95% in class 12, go for electronics and communication, and then after going through many things, like even the questions what drive the questions for which the engineers drive the solution in today's market is again driven by the economy. Like today, if today IT programming or doing some chip design is something cool thing that engineers do, uh, is again determined by what the economy requires from them to do. Like
True,
if we go 300
true,
400 years before, the engineers were the economy asked them to make a beautiful buildings.
true.
So the
I got,
underlying
yeah, yeah,
but how
yeah.
do I justify this
Justify
to
that
the
why do you want
yes,
to do in finance?
because there is absolutely, like you told, I'm not even a net or JRF qualified. I'm applying based on my CAT score. I 98 percentile I have got this year.
Right,
So
right,
based,
right, right,
yeah.
right, right.
So it's a sudden change. I have
Right.
just only thing I have to I can explain is because I work in a public domain in a with the railways. I have seen some lacuna, like where some things could have done. I feel I don't know the exact solution. Say every government department, what they do is up to January the spending will be very nicely, like budgeted amount will be 100. That by January the spent amount will be 10 or 15 rupees, and
Mm-hmm.
in the next 2 months there is a March rush ki just finish off the money. uh, So I thought there could be I had studied this LPP in my class 12, optimization theory. Then I thought, even at that time, if we were able to make decision key at this time, you have to spend this much. If why is not being same is not being done, not
Hmm.
only with us, I put multiple RTIs, and across all departments it is the same, be it Jal Jeevan mission or anything. So that is what I have written in my SOP, that I'm more interested in the public finance, and but I
Hmm.
have nothing to show them ki even in the railways I did not create some out of some mechanism where the money was well spent. I did not
Hmm.
do that. I just have a question. Uh, so can this be said in the interview? One second thing, did you work? Did you enter the FPM program with already some research question in your mind, or the 2 year coursework helped you to frame a question about it?
Hmm. 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 Great. This is a good question. So, on the first part, that with your practical experience, you have got to know that there is some lacuna or there is some gap that you can fulfill through your research or your working. Am I right by saying this?
Yes.
Yes. So, yes, of course you can say this, and this will be a wonderful thing to say in interview because I am are mostly inclined toward these two things: practical gap and knowledge gap. PhD is all about knowledge gap, but its practical implication is what is stressed more in us, whether there is any managerial implication or not. And since you have already identified that managerial gap or practical gap, sorry, that will be a great thing to say in interview. And regarding your justification that why would you want to pursue PhD in this domain, I think this reason that you gave or the experience that you got in your practical life, that will suffice for almost 70% of the justification. Rest 30% you have to build a story that I have written in earlier slide. That in your tell me something about yourself question, build a story. That story may not be 100% true. For my, it was almost 80 to 85% true. Build a story that, so suppose you are saying this to me that I have faced this, and this problems. I have seen or I have observed this kind of gaps there, and I have filed an RTI. I have done this kind of a thing, such kind of a project. There is no practical proof. This is just a conversation going between you and me. I have to see your confidence level. I have to believe on your un jerked off your pitch of saying, your interest, your way of speaking, and your communication skills. Based on that only, I will frame my mind that yes, this guy has a potential to perform a research in this area. That is the only objective of interview. There is nothing, uh, what can I say, hide and seek kind of a game there. There's
Mm,
nothing like that.
may I
Yes,
intervene?
yes, yes. Please,
Uh,
please.
my I did not say it maybe correctly. Like if they will, okay, many people will see in so many wrong things around, and they will raise a question. But what did you do about it? I have no answer for this. What did you do about this
What
deficiency
did
you
you
saw?
do about the problem that you saw?
You saw at least something you read about. I don't even know where to read, what to read. I just tried reading some Stone Age economics. I tried to think how did this first thing money itself got to evolve. The very Stone Age man, who was just hunting and all, how did he get to that one? Then I thought, then I
See,
learned
from
something
your
called
conversation, I am pretty much sure that you are good at reading. So, since you are, see, always play the interview game with attacking mode, not on defensive mode. Always play attacking mode. I have not, if I have not done this, I have not done this. But I want to do. I didn't have resources, but I want to avail those resources. And therefore, I want to come to IIMs. If I would have resources in my organization, why would we coming to your organization? If I could have solved that on my own, or if I could have done something on my own, there is nothing point in doing research. So if Aditya want to come from Mizoram to IIM Sirmaur, there is a strong reason, and that reason needs to be justified, but in a manner that one should not feel that he is humiliating the other organization and coming to the another organization. So my point by saying this, that you don't feel first of all in yourself that I have not done this, I could have done this. This is not the a proper way to come when you are interview. When you are in interview, always play an attacking game. Have a justification, have a strong confidence on each and every step that you have taken. If you don't have that confidence, then try to build a story upon that. If you can't, I'm not saying that fake it. Faking is not a objective, or faking is not the way to go there. So the very style is to frame your story in a kind of a thing that the other person get convinced. That's it. And if not done something, say it. I have not done something, but I want to do. And what for that doing, you have to show your interest. Knowing public finance, they will definitely ask, what do you know about public finance? So read about this, how public expenditure is made, how government raises revenue, and how that revenue is bifurcated among various sectors. What is the practical lacuna there? If I as an interview get convinced that this man has the potential, this man knows the system better, or this man has, since you have worked in an organization, in a public limited company, then you better know than me that what is the functioning form of functioning there. So you certainly had an advantage, so use that advantage. Am I right by saying that?
Yeah. Okay. And
Just it's
the
a
next
matter of
part.
framing. How you frame that? I'm not the right person to frame for you. I'm not the right person to write for you. So you have to frame it on my own. Just I'm giving that idea that what you can do.
Okay. And what about the
Research question.
did you walk in with the research question,
See,
or
see, see,
the
see.
rigor is good enough? Yeah.
Yeah, rigor is not the first fundamental thing that they will see, uh, as far as I have experienced. From my side, from my perspective, if you have a paper before coming to SPM, it will only justify your interest. That yes, I am interested, and for that my interest in research, I have done this kind of a thing. So before coming to, if you have seen the game in universities, when I was in MCOM, no, I was attached with one of my professors, and since I was very much good in research kind of a things, so I have written something, 5 to 6 papers, and all those were Fuddu kind of a papers. Today, when I saw them, I want to just tear them and throw them in a waste. They are not papers; they are just a journal, news article kind of thing. So, but in universities, when you get to a PhD, you see or you believe because of your environment that yes, this is what is called research. So, whatever exposure I had at that time, through that exposure, I had attended workshops in universities. I had attended seminars, presented 1 or 2 papers. I have worked for 3 book chapters, edited book chapters, where I publish whatever I can. And what I did, I just did some percentage analysis, some kind of a correlation. So these were my initial works. When I told this in IIM interviews, they were amazed. They said, "What have you done in this paper?" Sir, I just collected the data from Yahoo Finance and RBI. I just plotted it on the graph, did some percentage analysis, find out the correlation. That's it. Well, just this was your research paper. I said, yes, sir, this was my research paper. Where did it publish? Sir, this journal. Listed? No, sir, not listed. Book chapters? Yes, 3 book chapters. Publisher name? Who knows publisher name? ABD Publications. Who knows ABD Publications? Nobody knows it. But in universities, things work like that. And what I told them that I had that exposure, I worked in that environment. I work with that exposure only. If I would be working in your exposure, in your environment, then I will be doing the things that are necessary to with them there. But these things, saying these things or writing these things, just told them that yes, I am interested. I am hardcore interested. Coming to the question that whether I had research question in earlier stage or not, no, I didn't have research question. Yes, I had a topic called ETF, Exchange Traded Fund. I used to say in every interview that I am interested or what is called research proposal. In some of the places, you have to present your research proposal, but in IIMs you don't have to. But I will suggest, I forgot to mention in the previous slide that I will suggest to have a research proposal ready on a topic. This will give you two benefits. First, it will be you prepare for your topic and you can say in any interview that I am interested in this. And second is, if at any place they ask for a proposal, you can just don't have to worry about its preparation. You are already prepared with it. The slide where I said about your work, your that search methodology, your tell me something about yourself question, and apart from this, you can do this also, research proposal. So I had a research proposal on ETF, exchange traded fund, but it was not a research question proper, and it didn't work in any IIM also. Regarding the change, yes, in these 2 years, it has drastically changed. I am no more doing any research on mutual fund, but I am doing something on stock market. Uh, Let us see. But yes, it has changed. It will change, definitely. Because your entire perspective will change in the first 2 years of your FPM in any IIM. Yeah. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah.
Mm, yeah.
Any doubt still?
No, I don't have.
Okay.
Uh, for me, again, I'm 28 now, so
Okay.
one more question is, not only making it to into the IIM, I got to do things correctly there, like correctly do the understand the coursework in first 2 years, yeah, clear that exam, and with come up with a right research question, and
True. True.
finish it off by 5 6 or 5 years, say.
Yeah. True.
I'm not
True.
just thinking of just getting into IIM. I'm also thinking whether I
Be
will
sure.
survive in, whether I will say I'm a newbie in finance, like all that I
See.
know
See.
is
See.
the
See.
bank.
See. Yeah. I got it. So see, there are two things that you have said. First is your survival, and second thing is your that whether you will be able to finish it in 5 or 6 years or not, regarding your age. You said right.
And I had I wanted to add,
Hmm.
say, sir, somebody is very rookie in that, very not newbie in that particular field, and he has some very basic knowledge about that field, say finance and accounting,
Hmm.
which was a part of which is one course in engineering, which is
Hmm.
there for all engineers.
Hmm.
Uh, with that much amount of knowledge, if somebody is going in with good enough energy that he will gain as much knowledge as possible in the first 2 years coursework and come up with a question,
Whether it is
whether
the
he
right
will
thought or not.
yeah, whether it is the right thought or not.
Hmm.
Like I will go inside and pull off.
Hmm.
You are just when you are standing outside, you are really nothing
Hmm.
compared to even
Hmm.
maybe you cannot even compare yourself to
So if I ask you right
BA
now,
in
if I
finance.
ask you just right now, why do you want to pursue finance and not any other engineering subject as PhD? See, most of the engineers come to do PhD in operations department.
Yes.
I will also suggest go for operations department. In operations, there is a that section or there is a branch where it is linked to finance. highly linked to finance and econometrics. I have one of my senior who is working in this area, econometrics. And believe me, in India, you will not find operation professors who are good in econometrics more than 20 in number. 20 is barely maximum, I am saying. I would suggest, for your benefit or your background, from your background only, that opt for pursuing PhD in operation and frame a research question, frame your research proposal which is linked to finance. Operation is very much linked to finance. If you will search for operation finance joint papers in any Google Scholar or any other repository, you will find n numbers of papers published in highest most quality journals. This is a very good area to work. And coming to your question, whether I would be in a case when I am novice, so that 2 years will teach you every subject of finance. You need to do it with your utmost effort, and framing question, doing PhD in 5 years will entirely depend on your guide. So in any IIM, whether you are, choose your guide wisely. Spend 1 or 2 years. In those 1 or 2 years, you will be able to know each and every professor. By that knowledge, you choose your guide. If you are in IIM, be sure that you will be completing in 5 years. There is no other option. The coursework is designed in such a way that you will be able to complete. Just do it wisely.
No. Okay, I asked because when I saw the IIM Bangalore website, the students' profile, somewhere enrolled in 2016, and there was a spillover above 5 years, so that is why I had asked
Maybe,
that.
yes. See, the problem is what I said earlier. In some IIM, there is a criteria. You have to fulfill that criteria. If you are not fulfilled, you can't. Two, they must be EFPM, which is called Executive Fellow Program in Management. Maybe I don't know about that. They may be
O-
EFPM also, or you
On
can
that,
directly contact them that how they are doing or what the problems they are facing. Maybe due to COVID also, batches have lagged for 2 years. So whose
okay,
defense is to be conducted in 2020 may have 2021 or 22 he is conducting. Possibilities there. But if you are sincere, believe me, if you are sincere, if you have worked continuously with a good professor under good guidance, definitely in 5 years you will be able to complete.
okay. And in past 2 years, you have been at IIM. You have seen many seniors pass out after
Hmm.
FPM degree. Uh, how many have went into academics field, or did someone or no, I'm not did someone go to industry just because they did not get a opportunity in a academic field? uh,
No. Academic field, almost 95% of the people go for academic field only. Those who don't go in academic field, it's highly because their choice. It is absolutely their choice. Either they want to go in policy, government policy making, or they want to pursue that industry, going to industry. It's absolute choice. Yeah, you in IIM, you are all the top 0.6% of Indian education population, and those 0.6% will not be hired.
okay,
You are the cream layer of the cream. When you are passing on from IIM, just show them I am really from IIM and see how the private universities react to it. So it's already 10:30 going. Only Samir will talk today or nobody else? Or I can leave this window.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
I just have a question regarding the entrance exam,
Uh-huh.
regarding the syllabus
Mm-hmm.
that we have, because they just have some sample papers on the website.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so, is, so for my subject, like, how do I go about it? Where
Uh,
do I study from?
what is your subject actually?
Sir, economics.
Economics. Okay. So you have not cleared your net JARA?
I have net, but not JRF.
You have net. So I will suggest go for tier 2 IIMs, or second generation or third generation IIMs. Like I am Raipur, I am Rohtak, I am Ranchi, I am Sirmaur, I am Sambalpur, I am Amritsar.
Okay.
Okay, I am Nagpur. Go for these IIMs, fill these IIMs form. They must be considering net. Must. Most of the will be considering net as the eligibility criteria. Just see who are considering net as an eligibility criteria, and if they are, fill that form. I am pretty sure that most of them, yes, most of them do consider net for economics.
That means that we have, if they consider net, that means they will directly shortlist you for
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
interview.
yeah. Just you have to fill the form. You
Okay.
need to fill the form. They will shortlist you on the basis of the information provided in form. They will shortlist you for the interview. If you get the call for
Okay,
interview,
because
just give the interview and you will be selected or rejected.
for IIMP Bangalore, they have said like we have to appear for the test.
If you are not fulfilling their criteria, see, for every area there is multiple exam. There is CAT, there is GATE, there is JRF, there is NET. So either of them, any one of them is okay for them. So, and this differ institute to institute,
Okay.
right? Just
Yes.
you need to check for that particular institute for your particular area. If it is applicable, you don't have to write any other exam. And from where have you completed your masters?
I've completed from my state. I'm from Tripura.
Sorry,
Tripura.
Tripura.
Yes.
University is there.
Yes. We have Central University.
Central University of Tripura, right? So I will
Yes.
suggest go for these IIMs. Okay. So right, any other? See, I had tried to have a conversation with the group members earlier also, but since my schedule is little hectic and busy, so I couldn't. This time also my videos or my that this kind of session is very less in number. This is my first in this admission session. Any new people have joined? Yeah, no. So if you want anything, just put it on the group. So that will instinct me to have a session or at least talk to you, because otherwise I would be in a position ki I don't have an incentive to come and talk to in group or post something. If I get any information, I usually put, but this kind of a session is I have to plan in advance. So since that day one person asked in the group, so I just uh, put it in and just planned it for the Sunday. So if any other things are left, if any other doubts are coming or in any other kind of problem, just put it in the group. Or if there's a requirement of this kind of position, I will definitely conduct it.
Thank you. It was very helpful.
Ah, sure, sure, sure.
Thank you. Thank
I don't know but I'm trying to just have this kind of a thing because I have faced multiple issues when I was preparing during my time.
Yeah.
Okay, so have a good night to everyone.
Okay. Good night, sir.
Good. Be in touch. Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Thank you, Shashank. Thank you so much. I think without even my asking rest of the questions, you've already solved them. So it was
Ah,
very great talking to you. Yeah.
sure.
Because main thing which I was also concerned about this time factor, which you already told that it takes 5 years in a IIM to complete that FPM.
4 to 5, 4 to 5.
Right.
Some people have
Yeah.
completed in 3.5 also.
Yeah.
But
Which is
some
like
people have
unlike to.
resided for 6 years also. All
Okay,
depends on you.
which is like unlike to a central university, and especially the new central universities, which are like they just want us to do in 3 years and go, as in
Hmm.
at various places.
Hmm.
So yeah, so practically then I have to think about the time period also, which is quite a very valuable thing.
Right.
And yeah, and also I was concerned regarding to fellowship because I'm already availing JRF over there, but
Yeah.
even if I yeah if I get into there, so
No,
then
in any IIMs, the thing that you need not to worry is your stipend.
yeah,
They will not be late
okay,
for even a month.
yeah. And in central universities, you cry every day for stipend, which comes like
I know, I
crying,
know,
you
I
weep,
know, I
and
know.
then it comes like
It happens. It
yeah,
happens. Central universities have their own challenges. They have their own dynamics,
yeah,
and I am a bit more professional than them.
yeah, true. Also, I would like to ask you something because of this time factor and everything. Now I'm sort of deciding to not sort of quit it, as in to uh, sort of complete it from where I'm doing it. Something you can suggest with respect to access to these databases, uh, such as Scopus, we are not able to access using our university credentials, also
I know.
Web of Science.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Scopus is not there. Yeah.
yeah.
I would suggest now, if you want to do research, if you want databases to perform your research, then there is a point in searching it. But if you want databases just to have it, there is no point in doing that. I would suggest yesterday also, or 2 or 3 days back, I was talking to one of my friend in Triple IT Allahabad. In Triple IT Allahabad also, they also don't have these resources. Databases, resources are there, databases is not there. So what I suggested is, since PhD is a time-bound journey, it is not an independent. You have not become an independent researcher where you can perform a study without any obligation. You have an obligation to fulfill. So with your resources, what best you can do? You have Google Scholar, you have Sci-Hub. These are free things. Go there, and what best you can do, just do it with the resources available. If you try to search for resources, see, if you ask me, I can guess. But if you ask the other person, you are not sure whether he will be able to do that or not. He will be in a mood to serve you or not. Regarding these
Mm,
Scopus or other big databases, it all depends on the resources of universities or the college where you are. On sole base, on the basis of yourself, you can't avail it. You can only ask for it. And I believe
mm,
that asking maybe wastes my time.
mm,
I can give you data for one. So suppose you ask me, please provide me 100 companies data for 2000 to 2020. I will just download it from Provis and provide it to you in Excel sheet. What I have lost? I have lost nothing. But if you ask me to, because for that data, whether it is good for you or not, you have asked, I have served you once, but whether it is good for you or not, whether you are able to conduct 2 or 3 research on the basis of that data or not, what else multiple kind of resources, papers, data would be required to write one full length paper, you don't know at the first stage. You have asked multiple times to multiple people for multiple things. So my obvious suggestion to every candidate always remains, see, whatever organization you are, try to research on the basis of the resource available there. We are in IIM Raipur. Somebody is sitting in IIM Calcutta. Believe me, he is having 10 times better resources than us. The kind of databases that he has access to, we don't have. We have certain limited databases. But that limited databases is quite good enough to publish in A star category papers. So we have that. So we frame our research question based on the availability of resources that we have. Because we have to do research in a time bound manner. We have an obligation.
Hmm.
But I would suggest just take a chance. Go at least give the interview. First let come the
Okay.
call. First let come the call and then decide whether you want to switch or not. First take an experience. Interview will give the
Okay.
gist of the professors who are sitting there. Then you will got to know that how they are talking or how what kind of knowledge they are bearing in their mind. So they will it will give you a kind of um, overview or not an overview, a glimpse of the professors there.
Okay.
Maybe you are satisfied by talking to them, or maybe you are convinced by just talking to them.
Sure. Sure.
So let us call for today here. You are
Okay.
saying anything, Samit?
No, I don't know. I just know there is a this talk like we don't get data for the research. Like many people, I I
Yeah,
told you I
yeah,
have nil researching, but I just know that one.
yeah, yeah.
So is that an advantage for me because if I get selected, it's very afterwards after math I'm speaking about. If I get it, because the public authority like banks and any government agency is bound to give all the data through RTI. So is that an advantage for me that I can get all the data?
See. Through RTI, you can't get that level of data that you need to have for a research.
Okay. um,
That kind of data is a very different thing. For there, you need a database. Data is different from database. Database means if I want data for consumer price index
hmm,
or inflation for India, for China, for US, for UK, for Germany, for Switzerland, for multiple countries. Suppose for India also, if I want to have the inflation data, if for writing a research, I should have at least 20 to 40 years, 20 to 30 years of data.
okay.
If you will ask this through RTI, not possible.
Yeah, they will just say the information not available. I myself do handle some RTI queries in railways. That's why.
Hmm.
Okay.
So the research database is a different kind of thing. Because you can
Yeah.
also file RTI. Acha, you worked in RTI, right?
Yeah. No, I told you I have the because the people are asking like we don't have data about companies, like somebody is doing some
Yeah,
mathematical
data
risk
is not
modeling.
about one organization or one ministry or because RTI is a very particular information. This is right to information, not right to data.
Yeah. Okay. No, it is because I have a very small amount of exposure to it. That is why maybe this sounded like a
Hmm.
very childish question, but
No.
I just
This is
thought of it.
nothing childish, yaar. We are just learning
Mm.
here. I just want to clear your
Mhm.
mind.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you, sir.
yeah, sure,
Good
sure,
night.
sure. Yeah. Good night, everyone. Just be in touch, and if you're anything in the class, the platform is always open in Telegram.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Take care. Good night.